Welcome to Movie World Plus, the place where we talk movies plus more, and I'm here to react to James Gunn's DC announcement. I have yet to watch it, but I wanted to react to it with you here. Let's watch this together, shall we?
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. And then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay. Next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU.
Okay.
This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective, with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way, so she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
Look, he is a comic book fan. It's very clear. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on a lot of this stuff. I just don't think this presentation, especially starting with, we're going to start with the creature command, which is going to be animated and they're going to go in and out. That seems like the opposite of what Marvel did. This, if their whole look, here's the problem. If they're trying to create cohesion, they're trying to do the new DC as Marvel did back then. Well, then I kind of wanted some expected things and these weren't it. Now, I know he's made Guardians of the Galaxy, which was great. He made Peacemaker, which was great. Suicide Squad, I think he did a really good job with. Like, he is known for bringing these obscure characters out of the catalog and making them popular again. But can you do it this many times with this many characters going through between animation and real? Too much television. I don't know. It's a lot. My big problem with the MCU right now is that there's too much. So many MCU shows, movies, it's all just becoming oversaturated to a point where I'm like, is that really how you want to start this out? Look, the wall, I don't know enough about this. This could be interesting. I'm not interested in animation regarding these superhero shows personally, so it's just not as exciting to me. But okay, Waller as a follow-up to the Peacemaker series could be interesting. Why not just make it part of Peacemaker Part 3? Do we need another show? We're going to start doing offshoots of every Peacemaker character into the show. That just seems like, do we want to start there? That's where I get worried of quantity over quality. Now, I do believe he cares about these characters. I like the character of Waller. I'm interested. It gives me a pause. Now, next up, Superman. Okay, I'm interested. Superman Legacy. We'll see what happens here. I want Henry Cavill. I wanted Henry Cavill, but I'm open to a new Superman as well. Obviously, they just don't have much to go off of yet, so I'm not going to be negative until we see more. But yeah, I'm excited about a new, bright, colored Superman. Yes, bring that in. Let's see. That to me is the first one where I'm like, yes, please. Yes, please. All right, now Lanterns. I'm into Lanterns. This could be great. I wonder if this is the same one that, what's his name? From The Flash, the guy from the CW. Why did I just blank on his name? You guys know what I'm talking about. Huge. Greg Berlanti. If he's actually the one going to be behind this, because he's been working on a Lantern series for a long time. He just made a new deal with Warner, so I assume this is the show that he's been working on and maybe had some, involvement from James Gunn, etc., to be like, great, cool, own it. Just hyping this as like sort of a True Detective in space. All right. Now that's a show, an epic, big show. And I'm like, that feels special. It feels different. An HBO series with the Green Lanterns. You're going to see Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, and it's going to tie into the movie universe as well. Okay. Now that one's intriguing. I'll admit that one seemed intriguing. This one, I'm just not familiar. I don't know the Authority. He's clearly very passionate about it. It's a bunch of characters that aren't the ones that we are used to. And I'm watching this live. I'm gonna have to do some more research. I don't want to fake that I know this stuff because I don't. I've never heard of this Authority. If you guys know of the Authority, I'm curious. This is the one I'm most, because this is a film and one he seemed most excited about. It feels a little Eternal-esque, and I was not a huge fan of Eternals. I don't like the idea of a whole bunch of gods showing up already. Like, I like the homegrown heroes, and then you go to it. As soon as Marvel introduced the gods, it just became too powerful. I'm like, well, what do you need any of these people for if you got all these gods? So interesting that's the second film out. I don't care about Paradise Lost. I'm sorry. It could be very cool, but I care more about Wonder Woman. Now they're trying to do a Game of Thrones. That's the buzzword. Let's do a House of Dragon, medieval show. Okay, Themyscira was cool. I thought Patty Jenkins did a great job with it in the first Wonder Woman movie. So what's going to be different about this that we haven't already seen? Is this going to be more R-rated? Is that what we're implying with this looks like there's some blood and stuff on the side there. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, all these TV shows. I don't want TV shows. I want cool stories, standalone stories. I don't know. This one doesn't jump at me yet. It could be cool if they really go gory, I guess. House of Dragon meets Wonder Woman. Okay, maybe. Now, The Brave, the Bold. All right, look. Intrigued. Always love a good Batman movie. I mean, come on. I want to see more Batman. However, we're going to have the Matt Reeves Batman movie and then Elseworlds. And then we're going to have its own, another Brave and the Bold Batman movie separated. Now, I'm intrigued to see a Hitman Robin. I don't know. Oversaturation point. Which Batman is this? How's this going to play? You're going to release the Batman and then the Batman 2 and then Bold and the Beautiful and then the next one. I mean, how many Batman movies are going to be competing with each other? It just feels a little odd to have multiple live action Batmen in this world. Am I the only one who's sort of having a tough time with that? Won't they compete with themselves? I don't know. I mean, I'm intrigued by this idea, but he made it clear Matt Reeves is still going on. They're going to have I imagine there's going to be some Matt Reeves shows. Those have been in the pipeline already. And because they're in Elseworlds, does that mean he doesn't have to worry about that? So then we have Matt Reeves Batman shows, and then this. The whole point of this plan, I thought, was to give us cohesion and confidence. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. I know we're supposed to just believe in James Gunn, and I want to. Now, Booster Gold, I remember this one also was a Berlanti movie. I remember Zach Stentz, who we had over on Screen Junkies a bunch, wrote Thor, X-Men First Class, great screenwriter. I'm a big fan of his, and I hope he gets to get involved in this. I know he was excited about this way back when they were working on this one. So I hope that goes through. We'll see. That could be fun. That could be a fun standalone sort of offshoot one. We'll see. We'll see. But that's it's TV show. Okay, sorry. And it's another show. All right. That's clearly a Berlanti project. That one and Green Lanterns is the ones I know he's been working on. So we'll see how Berlanti's TV world intersects with James Gunn's world. It does feel like two big creators that are going to compete with the creative. Will James Gunn be able to let Berlanti do his thing? And is Berlanti going to be good enough to do? Or is it going to become soap opera CW style again? Yet to be seen. And then, yeah, this is interesting. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Again, he's going for like a gore. Look at this, a bloody Supergirl. I don't know this comic. Not familiar. It's an interesting visual we're seeing here. And his setup sounds intriguing. So, yeah, I guess we're going to be introduced to a Supergirl at some point. This is a film from the Superman Legacy. It could be cool, I guess. And then, yes, Swamp Thing. All right, look, James Gunn doing a Swamp Thing movie. That could be awesome, especially as he's implying it's going to be more grisly. Like, does this mean like Joker and that level movies can still fit into this DCU? I want to like this. I'm trying to be positive. I'm just reacting live with you guys as I sort of justify. I'm not saying yay or nay if this is going to work because I don't know. We haven't seen it yet. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I want to give this man the benefit of the doubt. This is a huge pressure. He's right, as he said at the end. It's a huge pressure that he's under to deliver this. I do believe he's a fan of these comics. And look, he's going all out. He's going to put his stuff out there. And I'm sure there's even more coming forward that we'll see. Does this get me excited? No. If I'm being honest, no. However, I could easily get more excited as more is revealed. Does it give me confidence in the continuity, which is clearly what this is all about? No. It seems like there's a lot. It seems like they're doing the Disney Plus oversaturated point with a bunch of characters that I'm just not familiar with. Will we get excited over all of these? Or might we have tried something a little bit more simplistic? I doubt HBO Max can afford to do that. They need to use this IP and make tons of money, so they're going the Disney Plus route. But I don't know. I think they should look at the Disney Plus route. It's not as popular as it should be. The fact that Squid Game, Stranger Things, Wednesday is performing better than the Disney Plus series per the Nielsen ratings that we're seeing, I don't know. I just think there's a oversaturation point of you really got to be a big time nerd to follow it all. Like you got to be a Marvel stan to follow these Disney shows and watch Moon Knight to Hawkeye to Miss Marvel to all of it. And She-Hulk. I've still been trucking through because I am a Marvel fan and I'm hoping it'll pick up again. But it's a lot of expectation to make people watch all that content. And this feels a little bit like the same. So yeah, I don't know. I expected him to come out with like a few big movies and then like a couple shows and start off a little small. But this big reveal of all these characters, I really want to like it. I want to like it. I want to like it. I hope I like it. I hope this is fun. But even if this is some cool, creepy, fun James Gunn type of animated show, is it going to be big enough? Don't they want this to be big, cinematic, everybody's talking about type of content from DC? Or no? Is the expectation level lower than that? Will this stuff make endgame level box office? Is what's the goal, I imagine, that Zaslav wants in this sort of DC takeover, to go against what Snyder did and be better than Zack Snyder? What do you guys think? I'm gonna be positive, but I'm still worried. I need to see more, and I hope Gunn prevails, and I hope, like Guardians, we're all like, yep, he was right. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt for now. I don't see enough to be negative, but I will say I'm slightly worried, and I'm not as excited as I hoped I would be. But what do you think? Are you excited? Is this the different kind of lens that you want in the superhero world? Is this something different that you think, you know what? Yeah, bring this on. Or does this make you nervous as well? I want to hear your thoughts down below. Also, yeah, I have a movie channel. I still talk about it when something out there I want to talk about happens. And I can't talk about it on Popcorn Planet because I don't have as many nerds watching. I do it here. So make sure you hit that bell, hit that like, leave your comments down below. I want to hear what you think about this. Let's not fight. We can disagree, but let's talk about it down below. Let's have a cool conversation. What do you think of this slate James Gunn revealed? I want to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching here on Movie World. Plus, I'll be back with my review of a good one tomorrow. Oh, that's right. I'm seeing a big one tomorrow. The new M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Cabin. Oh God, I hope it's good.